Namaskar, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about MPFI system. Now talking about the meaning of MPFI system. The full form is multi-point fuel injection system. It refers to a method of injecting fuel through multiple ports on each cylinder's intake valve. What are the advantages of MPFI engine? It has better fuel efficiency compared to carburetor engines because it provides the precise or right quantity of air-fuel mixture to the combustion cylinder. This leads to the optimal combustion of the fuel and less wastage. This improves the vehicle's overall mileage. Let's learn about the construction of the MPFI system. First, there is a fuel pump connected to a fuel tank, then a fuel filter is attached, and then a fuel rail is attached. It is like a metal pipe. On the other side of the fuel rail, a pressure regulating valve is connected, from which a return line is connected directly to the fuel tank. The high-pressure fuel supply from the fuel rail is to the fuel injector, which is attached to the inlet manifold. We are now talking about sensors. First, there is the throttle position sensor, which is directly connected to the throttle valve. Then there is the manifold absolute pressure sensor, which is mounted on the intake manifold. Next comes the oxygen sensor, which is connected to the exhaust manifold. Then there will be a camshaft position sensor, which will be directly connected to the camshaft. Then the main component is the ECU engine control module, which will be connected to these four sensors, fuel injectors, and fuel pump, and will also control them. Working principle. First of all, the fuel will come out from the fuel tank and it will be pressurized through the fuel pump and will go to the fuel filter, where the fuel will be clean and then go to the fuel rail, and inside the fuel rail there will be a decided pressure maintained in the fuel rail. If the pressure inside of the fuel rail increases, then the fuel will return to the fuel tank to maintain the pressure in the fuel rail and injector. After that, driver accelerates, it senses the throttle valve position and then sends a signal to the ECU, by which ECU knows how much acceleration is given. After that, the manifold absolute pressure sensor senses the amount of airflow in the inlet manifold and sends a signal to the ECU. Now oxygen sensor senses the amount of oxygen at the exhaust and sends a signal to the ECU, by which ECU will decide that a lean mixture or a rich mixture needs to be produced. At last, crankshaft position sensor senses the position of the piston inside the cylinder and sends the signal to the ECU. Now with the help of these signals from the sensors, the ECU will control the pump and decide how much fuel needs to be injected into which cylinder and when. By this system, the proper amount of fuel is injected and complete combustion will happen. The efficiency of the engine increases and emissions will be reduced due to proper combustion. If you like the video, please press the like button and don't forget to subscribe.